Twitter and say, Tate is live now, and put the link. It is very important that not only your mind is free, but that you help to free minds. This is your duty to God. It's extremely important that you do the right thing and help to free minds. That's the point at the beginning of this video. Right now, we're going to do a bit of talking before we get into the substance of the show. It's a very, very important show. But before we get into the substance of the show, I would like everybody take a little bit of time out of your day. I'm taking hours and hours out of mine to educate you and explain to you how you can escape the Matrix. I would like you to subscribe to this channel on Rumble and take a video and put it on your Instagram story, put it on your Facebook, put it on your Twitter,
TikTok, everywhere,
Snapchat, TikTok, your WhatsApp story, every single piece of social media you have, and say Tate is live now with the link. I very much appreciate that. I can tell who does it and who does not do it because I am all seeing and all knowing. And those who do it, I get sent many of these stories afterwards. Hey, I got showed this story that showed you were live. I know who is doing it and who isn't. And trust me, lists are being compiled and great rewards are coming to those who are aiding us in the struggle against the machines. So we're going to take a few minutes here to let everybody get some stories up, subscribe on the Rumble channel, and then we're going to start on the topic at hand, which is exceptionally important today. We're also reading the chat. So if you guys have any questions or anything you want to say in the chat, super chats, etc., we're going to make sure every single one of them is dealt with today. If you have any questions, you can super chat us. We're going to answer every single one today, regardless of what you ask.
Chat MFP, Tristan, read my IG DM one time. There's no universe where I am, 1, using IG unless I need to. 2, reading the endless thousands of messages that come to me. I don't know who you are. I don't know that message. Like, you're showing a lack of social awareness there, my friend. Subscribe and share. Good. Appreciate everybody here. Everyone is talking about a certain stock, CFVI. Mean anything to you, Andrew?
Yeah, you know what?
CFVI, I like it rings a bell.
Wouldn't it be really? Imagine. I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario. Imagine there was a man, who started going large on social media, and he told the truth, and he inspired the masculine youth of the day by speaking to them in a language they understood and resonated with, to the point where he became the most Googled famous man on the planet. His enemies were jealous of his success, but he knew that his enemies' ideas were unappealing and they did not have synergy with the mass youth of the planet. So he understood in the end he was always going to win. But he also understood that his enemies did have influence over these tech platforms, these platforms which have sold out to narrative control. So imagine this person was I don't know. It's hypothetical. Let's say he was
kickboxer world champion.
A kickboxing world champion.
Okay. This imaginary man.
And the son of a grandmaster, right? Okay. And he was extremely perspicacious. And throughout his whole life, he's been a chess player and he's learned to think ahead. And let's say he dedicated a large portion of time to calculating what would happen in the event of a ban after he became the most famous, most respected man on the planet. Well, he'd probably work out that he'd move to another platform and his fans would follow him. And then he'd probably work out what that platform was. And then I guess he'd probably think, well, I might lose revenue or lose business in the attack that comes from the Matrix. But if I don't know, joined a public limited company and I had also bought a bunch of stock, then my success would on that new platform, as it takes market share from YouTube, would turn me into a billionaire.
So the CFVI stock is the stock that controls...
I don't know what talk about that. I'm just talking about hypothetical story.
Okay, hypothetical story. So that answers your questions about the CFVI stock. That's a very interesting story. I think you should actually write that down into a book. It's a bit far-fetched. Not sure it's very believable, but that would be a very smart move by your imaginary protagonist.
If an imaginary protagonist did exactly that and became a fucking billionaire with a B, that would be an extremely intelligent